welcome back to Akshata's recipes and welcome if you're new here. So today's recipe is Gulacha sheera, which is made with jaggery. Now you can use any jaggery that you have at hand, which you use generally in your diet. And don't forget to use the nutmeg as well as the cardamom or the elaichi powder also in this recipe. Watch the video till the end because I'll give you tips on how to make the nutmeg powder and the elaichi powder too. So let's get started with today's recipe. So let me take you through the ingredients. This is 1 vati of fine rava or semolina. Now if you don't have the fine rava or semolina, you can use the medium or the thick one and just grind it in your mixer pot till it becomes nice and fine. Now this is 1 vati of jaggery or gur. You can use any type of gur or jaggery. This is 3 cups of water. Now I'm using this vati measure, but if you don't have vatis, you can use the cup measure. So this is about half a cup of mixed dry fruit. So I have cashew nuts, almonds and kishmish or raisins. I'm going to be using a pinch of salt and about 10 teaspoons of ghee or clarified butter. Now this is half a teaspoon of elaichi or cardamom powder. That is, I've used 3 small green elaichis or cardamoms, and this is 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg or zaifal powder grated. So these are all the ingredients. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to first add the grated jaggery or gur to my water. And we're just going to mix it. And then I'm going to put it onto, so first give it a nice mix like this. Now I've grated the jaggery just using, a sharp knife. And now I'm just going to put it on a low to medium heat and I'm going to stir this till all of the jaggery dissolves and it comes to a gentle boil. Now turn off the heat and now we're going to strain this liquid because sometimes the jaggery does have a little bit of impurities. So give it a good strain. So now in my pan I've taken the rava and I'm going to dry roast the rava for at least 2 minutes on a low to medium flame, stirring continuously till the rava gives a nice aroma and it turns a little light golden brown in color. Now once that is done, turn off the heat and transfer it to another pan or another bowl. And now with your clean dry kitchen napkin, just wipe out your pan. Now we're going to use the same pan in which I'm going to put 4 teaspoons of clarified butter or ghee. And now I'm going to add my dry fruits, that is the cashew nuts, the almonds and the raisins or the kishmish, and I'm just going to lightly fry them till the cashew nuts and the almonds turn a little golden brown in color. So for say a half a minute or a minute. Now once that is done, just take off all the fried dry fruits. And now I'm going to add another 4 teaspoons of clarified butter or ghee. And now I'm going to add the roasted semolina or the rava into the ghee, and now we're going to fry this really well in the ghee. Now I'm going to add this zaifal powder or nutmeg powder as well as the cardamom or elaichi powder and again mix everything really well together. I'm also going to add a pinch of salt, just a pinch. Fry this really well. And now we're going to add this jaggery water. It's a little bit hot, so be careful. And once you add the water, do not stir at all, but just cover it immediately. And we're going to cook this on a low to medium heat for just half a minute. Now after half a minute, you will see that everything has come together really well. And now we're going to stir it and you will see that it starts leaving the sides of the vessel and all comes together. So keep stirring it for another minute, add the dry fruits back and mix everything really well together. So it's got a lovely color because of the jaggery. Now if you use a darker jaggery like a Goa jaggery or palm sugar jaggery, you'll get a much darker color. So now mix it and we're going to cook this for at least another whole minute. Stirring well. And now what I like to do is I just like to add another 2 teaspoons of clarified butter. Then I turn off the flame and I just put the cover and let it cool down for another 5 minutes. And now it's all ready to serve. Our lovely Gulacha sheera is ready. So I've just taken a bowl. I've just greased the bowl a little with some clarified butter. just a drop of clarified butter. And now I'm just going to mix all of this sheera nicely together. So then I'm going to fill this about 3/4 of the size of the bowl. And then I'm going to press it down nicely. Don't forget to grease the bowl, that way the sheera will come out nicely. Or if you have a mold, like an aluminium mold, then you can use that. And then just put it on the plate and it just slips off very easily. You can just pat it once or twice and there it is. And then you can just garnish it with some nuts like I've done with some cashew nuts. And that's it, guys. Your lovely sheera using jaggery is ready and it is super delicious. So I hope you like today's recipe and I hope you will give it a try. So like I said, for the nutmeg, I use this kind of a small grater. You can also use a cheese grater. So just grate about half a teaspoon of the nutmeg. And as far as the cardamom powder is concerned, I took 3 pods of cardamom or elaichi. I de-podded it, but don't throw away the pods. Keep them, because I like to put them in my tea when I'm boiling them in the morning. So when you're making your tea, just add this and it will give you a lovely elaichi flavor to your tea. And then you just in your mortar and pestle just make a fine powder of the elaichi or the cardamom, and that is your elaichi powder. Also, don't forget to add the chopped nuts, whatever nuts you have at home. Just chop them up and add them to this lovely sheera. And like I said, you can use any jaggery for this recipe. You don't have to stick to a particular type, whatever you use at home. And jaggery is a much healthier substitute to sugar. So for those of you who have dropped sugar from your diet, this is a really healthy option. So guys, thank you today for joining me on this recipe and watching my recipes, supporting my channel. I hope you do like these videos which I put up. So do leave your comments, do leave a big thumbs up if you like this video. And don't forget to hit the red subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. And I'll catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshata signing off. Take care, guys. Bye. So let's see today's delicious recipe of moong dal halwa, which is made out of jaggery, and it gets ready also in no time. So here I've taken 1 cup of yellow moong dal, washed it thrice under water, and I'm going to soak it for about 2 hours in about 3 cups of water. Now after 2 hours, you're going to drain all the water out and you're going to grind this to a very smooth paste. And it should look like this. So you don't need to add any water when grinding the paste, and transfer this to a bowl. Now in a pot, I'm going to add 1 cup of water. To that, I'm going to add 1 cup of grated gur or jaggery or good. You can use any type of jaggery that you regularly use in your food and in your cooking. Stir it a bit. And then we're going to cook this on a low to medium flame till the jaggery or the gur completely dissolves. So this should take you about 2 to 3 minutes. You can stir it in between and it will dissolve and look like this. Now in a separate pan, I'm going to heat about half a cup of ghee. Now this moong dal does require a little bit more of ghee. Moong dal halwa. And now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of semolina or rava. I like using the fine rava, but you can even use whatever rava you have, the thick or the medium. And I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of besan or chickpea flour. Just stir the two together in the ghee. See that your ghee is nice and hot on a low to medium flame. And now we're going to grind this moong dal paste. We're going to add the moong dal paste rather. And you're going to stir all the 3 ingredients really well for at least 2 to 3 minutes. We want all these 3 ingredients to get nicely cooked in the ghee. So keep stirring it and see that you mix everything together. And you will see that the moong dal immediately starts to absorb all of the ghee. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cardamom or elaichi powder. So I've taken 3 cardamom pods and I've made a powder in my mortar and pestle. So ensure that you fry this in the ghee for 2 to 3 minutes. You can use a flat spatula like this. And now I'm going to strain this jaggery syrup that we prepared and add it to this fried mixture and keep stirring it, and you will see that the consistency will immediately change from a lumpy consistency to a very smooth consistency, almost like a sheera. And keep on stirring it for another 2 to 3 minutes till it starts leaving the sides of the pan, and then add some dry fruits and just cook it for another 2 to 3 minutes. And that's it, guys. Your lovely moong dal halwa is all ready and it's super delicious. So do try out this recipe and let me know how you like this recipe. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll catch you in my next video. This is Akshata signing off. Bye. So let's see today's delicious pineapple sheera. Now here I've taken 1 cup of water, to which I've added some gur or jaggery, and we're going to let this completely dissolve. Now I'm going to add 1 cup of chopped up pineapple. You can use the fresh pineapple or the tinned one, and I'm going to add some few strands of saffron for a nice color. You can also go with food color. And here I've taken about 5 to 6 cardamoms or elaichis, peel them, and I'm going to just make a fine powder with it. So I get roughly 1 teaspoon of cardamom powder. Now I'm going to heat 2 tablespoons of ghee or clarified butter. And I'm going to add 1 cup of very fine semolina or rava, and we're going to fry this in this ghee for at least 5 minutes till you get the lovely aroma of this rava or semolina. Now if you're using medium sized rava or semolina, you can just grind it in your dry mixer to a very fine powder. Now you just mix everything well together. For those of you who have never tried pineapple sheera, you must. Now I've also added a handful of chopped up nuts. I've used pistas, almonds and cashew nuts. You can also fry them separately in ghee and then add them, or you can add them at this stage too. Now I'm going to add the cardamom powder. You can also use store-bought cardamom powder. Mix everything really well together. This gets ready really quickly, and since we're not adding any sugar, it's even healthier. So now once everything is really fried well, we're going to pour in this pineapple and jaggery mixture. Be very careful, pour a little at a time because it does tend to splutter. And now add the entire mixture along with the pineapples. And now you're just going to let it cook. Don't stir it. Cover it, cook it for about 2 minutes till the semolina or the rava cooks in this lovely syrup, which is infused with pineapple and the jaggery. Mix everything well. And then you're going to cover and cook it till all the the moisture evaporates and you get this nice thick consistency like this. So just stir it once nicely, and you can also add 1 big dollop of clarified butter or ghee on the top. It will give it a nice glaze and a nice flavor as well. And you can have this steaming hot, or you can even chill it in your and once you turn off the heat, just let it rest covered like this for 5 minutes. My entire home has this beautiful aroma of pineapple sheera, and it's really delicious. You must give this a try. So I said you can have it either piping hot, or you can chill it in your refrigerator and have it as a cold dessert too. So give this recipe a try, guys. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by today. So today's recipe is this lovely sugar-free Dudhi halwa recipe, something very light and delicious. So without much further ado, let's jump ahead into today's lovely recipe. liked today's recipe. If you did, then don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up by clicking on the thumbs up icon that you see somewhere below this video. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already and become a part of Akshata's recipes. Once you have subscribed, do click the notification bell, click on all, that way whenever I put up a new video, you get a message for the same. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you soon in my next video, sooner than anything. Bye!